So today we're going to start a new session connected with what needed to be spoken, connected with the film industry 2014, 15, 16, 17, in and around that time, Europe and two movie shooting that got over yesterday. So we will go ahead and move with whatever as we are directed. To clock the time, today is first and foremost Tuesday. It is the 10th of June 2025. It is 11:30, 11:25. Again, close to noon. Sun, Pluto, Mars. Again, kind of little volatile, but okay. So, yesterday, what happened in the evening off camera, I checked with the Atma that is directing the pendulum that has already passed on to the afterlife. And I asked a couple of questions because some people over here were kind of disturbing the peace of this house with incessant talk via whatever it is, wherever it is from the fan. They were doing this in Sumantas also. They did this in Forge as well also. There was quiet and peace in this house initially. Now, after how many people have come and gone, so they started this nonsense. Nonsense is all via the IP address. It is nothing. Frankly, you are not worthy my time. We leave it. Anyway, last night I did say something and I said something which was inappropriate. It was not the right thing to say. But you know what? Sometimes when we get information and there is so much information coming, some of it is even personalized to my own experience, then sometimes we do lose our cool. Right? So we have asked about some things, and on the back of it, I did lose my cool. So I said something, and then I'd done my laundry, so I was putting out my stuff. It kept falling off. Anyway, I came over here. I was a little less. I think I was still in a not a temper, but I was angry. Anyway, I got onto the pendulum and I checked. So on two counts, I was in my normal state, wrong about my opinion. I had to correct it for two people. One is a doctor, Dr. Sadhna Desai, who did my cyst removal, chocolate cyst removal in the year 2001. What was triggering me was the incident of my own marriage of 2002 and how it came to be. That kind of a situation. So I was wondering if it had anything to do. I actually was looking to understand when Rohika Chawla Mistry had shapeshifted into my life pretending to be Varsha, and whether she had ever done the work of Mrs. Ritu Malia. I got an absolute no, because her height is, I think, 5'3", whereas Ritu Malia's height is not more than 5'1", 5'2". So in that place was JAYA.ADVANI, who is little shorter than me even when we used to go to school. So I'm about 5'2.5". Varsha is about, I think, half an inch or 1 inch shorter than me. So it was not Rohika who did the shape shifting, the pendulum said. It was out and out JAYA.ADVANI who was the naughty one. Point is, I could not understand at which point in time this girl has shape shifted as Varsha. I got it was post September, October 2001. Now, to make sense of it, I don't know how to make sense of it because I lost my temper. Then, of course, almost immediately I said, but in August, September 2001, I went and had the chocolate cyst removal. I'd fainted at my computer. And then, okay, we went to Dr. Sanklecha. He said, go to the specialist, Dr. Sadhna Desai. She did the cyst removal. So I wondered if that had anything to do with it. Because suddenly, how was there a change? Right? Anyway, so I was rude. And I said a couple of things, but then the pendulum corrected it. I got that Sadhana Desai is the one who did the surgery in those days. She's no more in her human form. S.M. Krishna and his wife are going away to a good loka upon departing from the body. They're fine. So is Shambhav E. Shambhav E is already talking via the pendulum. She's with the bunch on the other side, along with my cousin Umesh Hingurani. When her father joins them, he'll also be joining them in the higher realms. They're all for the higher realms. Then I had to check, as the topic was directing it, about the rest of who have functioned in and around Mr. S.M. Krishna in the same job that he does for this state. So I asked, and I got another answer. So, because it is about people we have not discussed in the past, I got that she needs to check, and that just arbitrarily she will not give answers. So she needs to dip into the Akashic records to see going forward what it is for them. I had already taken a favor from her yesterday, so I didn't want to push it anymore. So I said, no, then tomorrow I will return, and you take your time to just give the answer. You see if you can check. I said, do you want me to continue the movie session one? She said no. I said, do you still need to say something? She said yes. So I said, I'll return today. I said, do you want the books to be open? She said yes. So arbitrarily I opened some books. It has got to do with Ramakrishna Paramahansa, 2 books. They were very nice. So anyway, I've done the reading of it. Last night she must have done the reading. And that's it. So what we'll do is, I will go ahead and ask her and go with the flow as to how she wants to direct the pendulum. She will return. She says she's going to be gone. They as a community are going for a month. They have been directed by Shirdi Sai Baba to do something. So they will be gone for 1 month's time. She says she will return before my mom's birthday, which is the 12th of July, this year, 2025. But for 1 month, they as a community need to go and do something somewhere else. So, okay, I'm okay with it. Okay, not that I have much of a choice in these matters. We just go with the flow. Now, we will start with taking blessings. I haven't done my prayers, so I'll not do prayers, but just take little blessings. Okay, it is good for everyone, in the body and out of the body. Shirdi Sai Baba can connect with both. So anyway, we take blessings of Ganesh Ji. Ganesh Ji, please remove all the obstacles that come in the way of the reading, the understanding, the interpretation, the communication, whatever it is. So please help in the reading. Please bless. Then Shirdi Sai Baba, please bless for the same thing. Shivji, please bless. Parvati Mata, please bless the reading and everybody involved in the reading, whether in body or whether in spirit. Kartikeya Bhagwan, please do the same thing. Shani Ji, please help so that karma is kept intact, good karma is kept intact. So that whatever it is we are doing, because okay, that's the direction, but how to execute it also is, another thing, interpretation, then the repercussions for it. So please guide it so that we're able to keep it on track. And please forgive us if somewhere we have gone off track. We're trying our levelist best, because it is on insistent direction to do this. So we've done it, and then it has grown in a different way, so we've just gone with the flow. Then we take the blessings of Lord Vishnu, who is in charge of maintaining the universe and also of the 15 lokas, 14 actually, but the 15th one in the case of some people. So we take his blessings, we take the blessings of Lord Ram, Lord Krishna and their consorts. And finally we take the blessings of Gaur Mata and all the gods that reside within Gaur Mata. Okay? Having done that, we will go ahead Okay, let me adjust the camera. So someone said something. Okay, why are you saying no, baby? Can we start the session, sweetheart? Okay, cutie, you read whatever you asked me to just open. I also read it before I have come here to do the session. So even I read the chapters which were opened arbitrarily. I thought it was pretty cool. Good stuff. I think good direction. Anyway, so we will start now the session. You're okay with it? Yesterday we were discussing Mr. S.M. Krishna and his wife. Remember, I lost my temper. Then you told me Shambhav is angry via the pendulum because of what I said. And also Dr. Sadhana Desai. So anyway, I just want to repeat for the camera. Dr. Sadhana Desai is in the afterlife. The lady who did my chocolate cyst removal in 2001. Has she moved to the afterlife, sweetie pie? She moves to the higher realms in the afterlife. Mr. S.M. Krishna also moves to the higher realms, sweetie. Shambhav E is with you with Umesh. She got angry with me, right? Yesterday, those clothes falling off insistently at least 5 times from my laundry was because of what I had said. It kept dropping to the floor. So somebody in the afterlife was not happy with what I said about good people. So I left the light on for some time, for about 15 minutes, because yesterday I left the light on. Do I generally leave the light on in the laundry room when I've put my stuff out? Is it habit for me to leave the light on even for 1 second more than when I'm in that room? Was it this incident that happened that involuntarily got me to leave the light on for some time before I went and shut it off? Okay, so we are in the clear to understand that Mr. S.M. Krishna as well as his wife go to the higher realms. They've earned their place. Okay, now can we ask about some other ex-chief ministers of Karnataka or then current ministers? Have you done the check? Because yesterday I asked you about four, then you were a little unsure. Then I said, okay, I will give you some time to dip into the Akashic records when you get time, and I'll ask you tomorrow, day after, whenever you say you've got the information. So, can I ask you now? So, let's start with the current Mr. Siddaramaiah, who is the CM. When he exits out of the body, he goes to the higher realms. Has he earned his place in the higher realms? You have accessed his Akashic records? Like him, have you accessed the Akashic records of Mr. D.K. Shivakumara, Mr. Yedurappa, Mr. Bomai? If I can go with the previous chief minister, Mr. Bomai, has he earned a place when he leaves his body? Does he go to a higher realm? What about prior to him, Mr. Yedurappa? He's an elderly man. Does he go to the higher realms? D.K. Shivakumara, Mr. D.K. Shivakumara is a relative of Mr. S.M. Krishna. Are they relatives? Are they related in some way? Somehow they are joined in their network. Somehow there is some relation between them. So he is in the same group, same community. Has he earned a higher realm once he leaves the physical form? Mr. D.K. Shivakumara. Do you have access to which lokas they go to? And for how long? Are you willing to discuss their lokas and the time frame for which they go to the lokas? Do you want to discuss India's future? You want me to do a Scrabble throw that is open and you will talk through the Scrabble throw? Is that what you want to do, sweetie? These people in my home keep taking the name of Rohika and Bertila Bertie. Rohika is MC Chagla's granddaughter who is of a good birth. Bertila worked as a maid in my home for about 3 years. They say Bertila climbed on the back of what? Cyrus Mistry being put away in Qatar? Then people like Bertila being given the job of shape-shifting to become things, to do the work required for confusing things in people's homes. So because they keep taking Rohika's name over here, but I'm doing Varsha Varsha, Ritu Malya, Kailash Aunty, Anu Anita, so many names. Kiran Uncle, Kani, Varsha 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 Shalina, file name K80. But these guys keep going on about Rohika and Bertila. I don't know why they keep switching it. Now I just want to ask the camera yet once again, Rohika Chagla Mistry, wife of Mr. Cyrus Mistry, is she in her physical body today as of now? Rohika Chagla Mistry is with you as of now? She's not hanging around you, she's resting or something? She's gone to visit her mother-in-law in any way? Gone to visit Cyrus in any way? She's meditating? Shirdi Sai Baba sent her for some small birth? She has already moved out of your group to go finish a small birth and come back? Okay, we will leave it at that. I just wanted to ensure. Bertila has already moved into the afterlife with you? And she may not be hanging around with you, but has she moved, left the body and moved to the afterlife? Bertila has been used as a weapon for bio war in some way or bioterrorism in some way, connected with AIDS and HIV. Did Cyrus Mistry do that to her? Did Cyrus Mistry use her for bio war? Cyrus Mistry used her for bio war? The couple who has shapeshifted for, there's a woman who has shapeshifted for Chitru in 2007. The one who said Dane Dane pe khane wale ka naam hai through Suchitra Advani. Was that the real Suchitra Advani? Is that woman actually the Kamwali Bai, some relative or from that background? The one who said Dane Dane pe khane wale ka naam hai, is she from a proper background? Was she actually from an impoverished background pretending to be Suchitra Advani in 2007? Is she the one who runs the syndicate connected with Bertila? Is it her due to which Siddaramaiah won his election this time? Is she the real Suchitra Advani, or then Suchitra Mirchandani, Monica Mirchandani, Parsaram and Nirmala Mirchandani's daughter. Is she the original? They live here in Bangalore sometimes. You're saying in Suchitra's identity also they have rotation happening or what? You're going on insistent, no, you're answering me or you're answering the fan who insists on talking out of turn to cover up their crimes. You're talking to whom? Are you talking to me? You're talking to what that idiot from the fan is talking. So you got to decide whether you want to answer those freaks from the fan or you want to answer me. You want me to just do the Scrabble throw since they are interfering with the pendulum? I'll do the Scrabble throw. ये डेस्पराडोस बहुत डेस्परेट है. हमारा चेहरा टच करके हम डेस्परेट नहीं है जितना तुमको हमने ऑब्जर्व किया है विटनेस बन के. डैम ब्लडी डेस्परेट. Okay, let me just go with this. I don't know what the topic is, so I can't guess. So I'm just going to throw. Let's see what comes out of it. Okay, it's as open gets. So Shirdi Sai Baba, I'm not sure what she wants to say, so I'm just going to throw the Scrabble pieces here. Then you just direct it. Okay, so we'll wear our glasses now, which were off all this time. So what I have is BON, bon, bone, O bone, ma, man, main, map, E. I don't know if you can see. We'll move it to the other one. Jinn, ED. She's gone back to, you know what happened yesterday? Yesterday, the reading said that there is somebody from the ED or some people from the ED whose bones or then they were murdered and their bodies were done away in the dunes. There is an interaction between EU, the dunes, India, SL wearing the ED of the ED, which means, you know how Musk comes onto the screen. That can be a 5'7" boy just wearing the ET and the skin of Musk. But it doesn't mean that it is Musk. Generally, the interaction will be over the TV screen. Interviewer is live somewhere. The TV screen is showing you Musk, but that is not necessarily Musk. It is only wearing the ET of Musk. In that, what was said, there was plenty of lies that had transpired, and there are bodies that are lying in the dunes and Nile. It is connected with the ED. Whether she is directing, and then I asked which country is it from, She's saying, I can't tell you. That happened yesterday. Right? Is it some high officials? Point is, when we wear the ET of the ED and become the ED, whatever information, whatever the conversation is, if I'm a culprit, I'm a criminal, I'm going to pretend to be the ED, but then the information and the conversation is going to be completely off track. That is what she was trying to do. That is what she was saying. Now, since I don't have anything in my mind, ideally I want to ask her personal questions, but the thing is, she's going to something else. So if this is what I've got, I'm going to go with this. Alright? So we move the O, we move the jinn. Map, ED, bone, and E. Okay? I don't know why she's going here and talking about this. So we'll go one step at a time, whatever it is. So dune is spelled differently over here, because if we see dune है यहाँ पे, लेकिन it is different. Just 1 minute, huh? She's telling me to map the dune. Varsha, where in the I get confused with them. So dune is D-U-N-E, but this is spelled as D-O-N-E. The I-G has been affected, and E. In short, she's telling me I need to map the Middle East. But where in the Middle East? For the bones, she's asking me to go on to the map to find the bones in the dune of the IG. ED. So IG, ED, Noogie, HUL-AD, who was the CEO, I think, of HUL. She put out one article saying when she became the CEO, her mother told her go and get some milk, something of that sort. So that could have been put out primarily to bring her background out after they got rid of her. These are all very big people. The IG is big, Noogie was big, ED is big, NIA is big. पम्मी है कि पैम कोई है? One lady called Pam. Namo. Mr. Namo, the actual Hindu Narendra Damodar Das Modi, to NDM. She wants me to map it to find the bones, where they've gone and dumped it in the dune. The Nile is not over here. बॉडी, लेकिन बॉडी है ही नहीं, अब बोन्स है. डोम के पास है. Noddy is the Noddy book we used to read, Enid Blyton, when we were small. Enid. Enid Noddy. So what she wants to talk about, Enid, Eden, and what she wants to talk about, Noddy, Enid Blyton. Pune. Pune. That means my mom, who used to give me Enid Blyton and all the Tell Me Whys and all the Enid Blyton books from the time I was a baby, it had something to do with Pune at some point in time? Or is that Lakshmi auntie and the Lakshmi Advani from there and her children, Suren, Celine and Indu Sen? Indu? Gone. Denim. So we will ask her. Mad. Maddie. तो मैडी इज हु यू नो आर माधवन, उसको मैडी बुलाते थे. आई केम टू नो दिस बिकॉज बट दैन दैट इज़ आर माधवन. आई टोल्ड यू टेस्ट मूवी जो है उसमें लग रहा है कब्ज़ है. वो आर माधवन का ईटी शायद पहना है, क्या किया है पता नहीं, लेकिन स्टाइल कुछ और है. तो आर माधवन इज़, आई डोंट नो, ही इज़ नोन एज मैडी in 2002. I don't know him at all, but he's spoken about by the man I'm supposed to be married to. So he's talking about a cotton world shoot where R. Madhavan was modeling with some other girl models at the seaside, something of that sort, Mahabalipuram or something of that sort, where I've never been. And so he said he's called Maddie. This is how I know. Otherwise I don't know anything. But then I'm the one who told you that टेस्ट मूवी के अंदर ये तो लग रहा है कब्स. So anyway, as part of the bones connected with the dunes are the IG, Noogie, Maddie, Mad, NIA, ED, Pam, so there is, these guys were duped, DOOPE, dupe. So you know what they were? They were the ET of the key people. Then they pass on the wrong information. So what did I tell you about Mr. Doval? He went to catch Dawood, who ran from here sometime in the latter half of the 80s, but suddenly, very conveniently, in 2005, the tip was to catch him somewhere, which was an operational failure. 2 Bombay police also were involved, or 2 Indian police were also involved. Whether the 3 of them ever returned or that was a hole for the moles is a question. The one who took them to that place wearing the ET of who they wore the ET to trap good officers is the problem. And that is again representing itself in this thing. Because you as Raw will get angry with me if I say, no, your source of information is wrong, right? You must have cursed me. But then we are here for that only. So anyway, my job is just to put the information out as I get it with no manipulation. I'm not an investigator. I'm not trained for it. You know it. I'm very dumb also. You know what happened this morning. And otherwise also. So I can only do this much. But because you are professionals who are trained properly, so you can now try to figure it with more skill. For me to do the mapping also is a little difficult. So I'll ask her where all she wants me to look. Just give me a second. I'm trying to get the map of the Middle East. So, okay, we've got the map here of the Middle East with the list, but I'll just check with her what she wants. Okay. So cutie, you're here. So I've got the map on the TV. You want me to check the map for the bones? So I'll ask you one country at a time. Then you want me to get into the country map itself? If I can just ask you, darling, you're saying the bones are of people. Can I take the names over here? Will you tell me yes or no? Some people from the ED could be from any country. Maddie, R. Madhavan himself. The real Mr. R. Madhavan, let's say in 2002, who is referenced for some shoot for Cotton World, he couldn't have been killed as early as that, right? Was he murdered when he did Cotton World shoot? Was it a replica who did the Cotton World shoot? In 2002, Varsha, the R. Madhavan, prior to that, who has gone to Mahabalipuram or Chennai or something of that sort, I was told for Cotton World shoot. I don't know him. I was only spoken about him. That's it. So the guy who did the Cotton World shoot in those days was the original R. Madhavan. You're saying the real R. Madhavan was pulled off and removed earlier than that? You're saying the real R. Madhavan was pulled off and killed earlier to 2002, or he was killed during the 90s? You're telling me SL went on a rampage with anything that he came into contact with? Are you trying to tell me that when I was left alone a couple of times on that 5-week honeymoon, it was a deliberate effort? But someone told them I'm bad DNA and I'm not worth the time, there's not much of a net worth to my name. So I returned to India. So they call me Dimes. It is the criminals who are behind this. It's a syndicate. It is connected with SL. But that was 2002. Cyrus Mistry was very much in his element. Cyrus Mistry was still around. Cyrus Mistry is part of the criminal syndicate that steals or then decides who's good DNA and who's not good DNA. He runs the syndicate in some way. Is that what you're trying to say? The real son of Patsy Perrin Dubash, called Cyrus Mistry, who is dead for the world. But is he really out of his human body? Has he left his human body so far? His physical body? So what? This guy used to arrange for people to be abducted on their honeymoons? Was he interested in the genealogy? Is that what he was chasing? Genealogy and DNA? Let's say I was good DNA, according to him. Or then I was wealthy, according to him. What he has left me, whoever it is, obviously it was direction he got from somebody else. In China, to just leave me at 8, 9 in the night for let's just say for 10 minutes, for a little while. Then he appears very conveniently. Then for half an hour, when we've gone to some place in China where nobody speaks the language on purpose. Then for 3 hours in Koh Samui. So if I was good DNA and I was wealthy, what exactly would have happened to me? Would I have been affected in some way? Would I have returned back to India? If I was wealthy, would I return back to India? Would I get replaced on my honeymoon? Is that what they were doing? Bertie is not wed me. Don't play fucking bangle sounds under my body and say Bertie wed me. You go fuck yourself. And I've decided not to give bad words. So don't fuck around. Bloody cheapskate. Okay, what I'm trying to understand from you, we go country to country to understand where the bones are. I'll do that right now. So it is the IG whose bones we're looking for. Maddie's bones we're looking for. R. Madhavan is who we're looking for. ED, some people in the ED we're looking for. NIA we're looking for. Bonnie we're looking for. Bonnie is who? Baby Sharanya. We used to call her Bon Bon, right? So she is Bonnie Baby. Barsha Sharanya. Bonnie Kapoor, Janvi's father, Devi's husband, Devi herself. Whose bones are we looking for? Are we looking for Bonnie, some Bonnie? No Bonnie? Are you talking about Bonnie? Bonnie is what Fashion Street does, which is the first deal done on clothes, the first thing in the morning, so they're willing to give you at a reduced price because it is Bonnie time. So you're talking about deals first done. You're talking about the first lot of people who were removed from the grid. So this goes into which year? 80s? The ED, NIA, but NIA was even functioning in the 80s. Are you talking about the first lot of people anytime in the timeline? Some go back to the 80s, then 90s, and as time goes by, more and more people have just been dumped, their bones to be found in the dunes. So there are IGs, there are EDs, there is NIA, there is you're talking about Maddie. You're talking about Noogie from HUL. Any names that I haven't seen, but like her, there are others. Mr. Namo Namo's bones. Any Om's bones? Any Om's bones, darling? Any man called Om? The real NDM, Namo Namo, his bones? Okay, I'll start checking on the map with you one step at a time. Okay? Any Pam? Any lady called Pam? I don't know who Pam can be, but okay, we try. Okay, so I'll go now one step at a time asking you the countries. We'll go one step at a time. Okay? Okay, Dolly, are we to take Saudi Arabia as a place for the bones? Somewhere in Saudi Arabia we have to locate the bones in the dunes. How am I going to figure this? What about Iran and Iraq? Okay, Iran, Iraq, Egypt, Turkey, Yemen, Oman, baby, Jordan, Saudi, क्या है 1 मिनट, सीरिया, UAE, United Arabs Emirati, UAE, where that Dubai also is. UAE, Israel, Kuwait, Qatar. Qatar is where this Cyrus Mystery is in Aquatic Research Center. His mind put to great use near Purple Island. Outside Ras Lafa Industrial Estate, he is like a fish now in the aquarium. Did he volunteer for it, Bobo? Did he volunteer to be put away into the Aquatic Research Center? You see him being released this year or next year from the Aquatic Research Center? Do you see him being allowed to get back to conscious state going forward? Earlier you were saying yes. पहले तो बोल रही थी yes. That was Rohika saying yes. So he is going to be in that unconscious state or in the deep mind state even in the future going forward. You don't see him being released? Do you see him being released in the future from that deep mind state or unconscious state where he is giving his thinking patterns to the rest of everybody? Okay, you don't see him being released. You see him in that unconscious state going forward still? In the deep sleep state? Okay, we'll continue for the bones on the other maps too. Just give me a minute. What about Lebanon as a country to be checked? Cyprus as a country to be checked? Jordan as a country to be checked? Palestine and Bahrain. Should Palestine be checked for the bones? The map of Palestine you want me to check? The map of Bahrain you want me to check? The map of Saudi Arabia you want me to check for the bones? Okay, I'll get the map of Saudi Arabia on screen. Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. Okay, I have checked off camera, but just for the camera now I will again check. So we have written the names down or whatever she has said where the bones are. So we'll just check. So if you can for the camera just reconfirm. You're saying the bones have been left at Al-Jaf, L-J-A-W-F, then H-A-I-L, Al-Hail, then Al-Tabuk, Al-Qasim, Riyadh, Al-Baha, Ba-A, B-A-H-A-H, Al-Asir, then Al-Jazan, J-A-Z-A-N, Al-Najran, The bones, just to check with you, even though I know what you have said, is it at Eastern Province? Does the Eastern Province have to be checked for the bones? Does the Northern Province have to be checked for the bones of Saudi Arabia? Does Mecca Province have to be checked for the bones of Saudi Arabia? Does Medina have to be checked for the bones for Saudi Arabia? Let me ask you again. Al-Jaf, JAWF, that province has to be checked in Saudi Arabia for the bones? Al-Hail has to be taken, HA''IL. Tabuk, TABUK, Al-Tabuk. Al-Qasim, ALQASSIM. Riyadh as a province has to be checked for the bones. ALBAHAH has to be checked. Al-Asir, ASIR. Al-Jazan, JAZAN. And Al-Najran, NAJRAN, that needs to be checked. Okay. You want me to get into each map, that means, to further check? Okay. Okay, all I see is the dunes of Saudi. It is red, red, red. Something like Mars and what Elon is promoting for Mars. पर वो तो यहीं पे है, सऊदी के अंदर. They call it the red sand dunes of Riyadh. There is Al-Qasim also, is something over here. So anyway, there's not much when it comes to the mapping of these places. There's not much that is connected with the mapping of these places, so I will have to go to the map online in Google. Otherwise, over here itself there's nothing. So what I'm going to do is I'll close this reading for now. And do this offline. Once I get whatever I have to get, then I'll come back and do the rest of the reading. Whoever's guiding me for this point in time is going to be exiting and going away for a month's time. Just the way she says, some of those who were hanging around Al-Qasim. I don't know what I called it before, but Al-Qasim. Al-Qasim tour. There's only sand everywhere. So it's actually difficult to identify. All I'm trying to say is these guys are going to be exiting now. Some of them have already left. There are others who are going to still leave further going forward. So I better just try to finish this fast, because I have a feeling they're going to leave from here before 10th, 11th of June, because they're going to return after a month in time for 12th of July. So some of them have already exited. They will return in a month's time. So I will do this off camera. Okay.